Hi, I'm Dino Shea, and I hate Chinese food. Problem is, I've been living in China for the last 4 months. And contrary to popular opinion, it's actually really gross. Basically consists of noodle soup, rice soup, intestine soup, or if you're like me and have got a little case of IBS, everything floating in a pot of boiling chili oil. So what can you eat in China? Well, they don't really have a developed meat culture here, so whenever you order meat, you'll invariably get one of the following: skin, bone, fat, intestine, face, or everyone's favourite, feet. They've also not really ever heard of food hygiene, so for the last 4 months I've been balancing the trifecta of constipation, diarrhea, and food poisoning. So here are some of my top tips for staying clean in China. Number one rule: carry your own damn chopsticks. They never wash those things. I don't even know where they come from, they just kind of appear. Number two: never wash your hands in public bathrooms. They invariably come out dirtier than when you put them in. Number three: always carry your own toilet paper. Never eat anything that you haven't seen before it was cooked, or whilst cooking. Never drink anything that wouldn't ordinarily scald you to death. Funnily enough though, over the course of the last 4 months, I have managed to scrape together a list of enough foods that I actually do like to make me survive for one day. And so today, this is my last day in China, I'm going to share those foods with you by eating them all. So get ready. Breakfast time. This is Tang Yuan. This is the best breakfast in China. I haven't seen or eaten this since Chengdu 2 months ago. Oh. It's delicious and decadent. And I bought half of a kilo of it, which I'm obviously not going to eat all of that. But let's check out what it actually is inside. And what we have here is little delicious soft doughy balls full of peanut sugar and other kinds of sugar and all other kinds of sugar. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So what we do with these is we simply put some in a bowl like a yada. So here we are, a little bowl of goodness. Now we add the boiling water. And we wait. Oh yeah, look at these delicious little doughy balls of amazing sugar. Oh my god, I'm so excited! Look at that. Delicious. It just melt in your mouth with peanut sugar. Oh, so good. Can't believe it. So good. So good. Let me just open one up there for you. Oh yeah. So unfortunately, as much as I'd love to eat Tang Yuan for breakfast every day, which would be awesome, can't really do that anywhere in China. And regular Chinese people, they basically just eat noodles for breakfast. Lots and lots of noodles, which is shit. So I've been to a supermarket, which is cheating because there aren't any supermarkets in China, only in big cities. And what have we got here? My little bag of goodies. So we have the best fruit in all of China. This is Shaohong Longguo, little red dragon fruit. And it's amazing. What we're going to do with this is we're going to put it with some other fruits, which you may or may not recognize. This is Shangzhao, or banana. And that just fell off. What we can do with it is we're going to put it in yogurt. Usually they don't keep yogurt in the fridge in China, they keep it on top of the fridge, which go figures if it's 40 degrees outside, I suppose people prefer cheese. Well, there you go. Suan yoi, which is yogurt. Literally means sour milk. Doesn't sound very inviting, but actually, it's pretty good. And along the way, I've collected little tidbits of raisins. These raisins are from Turpan, the most famous raisins in China. This dried melon, which looks like a piece of rotting flesh, really. This is hammy melon, which is the most famous melon in China. See, it looks delicious now, doesn't it? This is a result of your red dragon fruit. Delicious little seedy, purpley lumps like that. And also delicious to eat. That's good. So what I'm going to show you now is what more like Chinese people actually eat for breakfast. So we're here on the street with Okay, 可以. So this is baozi or steamed buns. So make them in these little packets here. So 是什么？
这是大肉猪肉包子、牛肉包子。
猪肉、牛肉。
还有那个素包子、白菜粉条、野菜。
Okay, 可以. So we got pork and beef baozi here. So 我想要这个牛肉，这个猪肉。sorry, 一个牛肉，一个猪肉。
你吃上一个牛肉，一个猪肉。
一个牛肉，一个猪肉。
好嘞，你在里边开票。
no, so okay. So this is your big old beef baozi. Right. Delicious, meaty inside. Hot. But good. I lived off these for about 3 months until I actually realized I was getting fat. But yeah, they're pretty good. Baozi, breakfast number 2. Okay, so since we're in Xinjiang and Uyghur food is way better than regular Chinese food, I'm gonna go to a Uyghur shop and get some awesome bread. So yeah, they're all packed inside there, nice and dense. I'm gonna get some of those out and eat them. 你好，我想要这个。Yeah, 这个。So before I learned how to speak Chinese, this is how you communicate. It's the ancient art of Chinese finger pointing. 这个。That one. They also have these delicious breads. Look at that, lovely peanut butter covered bread. Uyghur bagels, things like that. Things just pouring with oozy goodiness. And they'll cook it right here in this beautiful oven. You can see there, all the buns are just stuck to the inside. And he sticks his hand in there. Delicious. So these are also delicious and filled with meat and onions. This time they're baked in an oven and they're nice and crispy. Well, it's like a Cornish pastry. Or pasta. Delicious. These street food is the best in China.
要吃什么？好吃吧？
好吃。
好吃。
Now, I literally just saw that guy take this out of the oven. So it's not just warm, it's actually piping hot. Oh. So good. So fresh. Really what I want to do is smother it in jam, but I don't usually keep jam in my pocket. Not really standard. So good. I'm gonna eat this whole bread. Lunchtime. So for lunch I'm usually either adventuring, running through the desert naked, climbing mountains, things like that. So I don't usually have time to stop and eat proper food. So I usually go into a convenience store. You don't really get supermarkets here in China much, so everything is basically these tiny little corner shops. But you can't really ever get anything healthy from a convenience store. Chinese convenience stores don't contain anything healthy. So let's have a look, see what we got in here. Various kinds of processed meats. Oh, look! Vacuum-packed eggs! Everyone's favourite! And of course, what you'll find in every convenience store in China, vacuum-packed animal parts. Chicken feet, anyone? Ah. So what I usually buy in situations like this is cake. Oh, look at that. These are binggan, or cake. And China actually has quite a good variety of them. These are some of my staples. Egg cake, chocolate cake, and probably not chocolate cake. Also, your staple is always going to be Red Bull. Except Red Bull has a funny ingredient in China. Let me just find it for you on the side of this can here. Right down there. Don't know if you can see it there. What's an ingredient there? Nicotine. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Red Bull contains nicotine in China. Now, this behind me is what most Chinese people eat for lunch. Noodles. So, since you can't drink any of the water in China because it will basically kill you, there's actually vending machines for, or not really vending machines, vendors for boiled water in a lot of places like train stations, restaurants, toilets. So you'll find people eating these little yummy pots of instant noodles pretty much everywhere. On trains, buses, toilets, that sort of thing. What's actually in here though isn't really noodles. It's pretty much just preserved maize starch with a bit of MSG. So, yummy. I'm not going to eat this. So what was my haul from that then? Binggan. Got egg in there. Delicious. Chocolate. Basically phonetic for chocolate. Almost like a wagon wheel, but really not a wagon wheel. For some reason, even though China has no dairy products and no cows, they always have ice cream. That's pretty good. If you do go shopping in China, however, you're in for a treat, because they do have some fairly odd things on sale. They've got all kinds of weird stuff in here. Pretty sure those are antlers or fluffy feet. There's some bugs in here, some fungus, ginger. Also some lizards over here a minute ago. Pretty gross stuff. Fortunately, not everything here is for eating. A lot of it's actually for Chinese medicine, which doesn't necessarily excuse antler horns, rhino horn, and the like being here, but at least I don't eat it for breakfast. I'm 100% certain that they're lizards. Another thing China are actually good at is a shockingly vast array of decent fungi. Right here we've got your standard kind of fungus here. You've got your black forest fungus here. This stuff's actually delicious. And you've got your sponge, seaweed-like looking fungus. This stuff is delicious as well. Basically soaks up flavour like anything else. When I was in the temple, we got fungus every day. And every day was good. This doesn't look so nice. But hey, what can you do, eh? Another weird thing that China does, which is actually a hilariously good idea if you care nothing about animal rights, is instead of freezing fish, they just keep them in big fish tanks in supermarkets and outside the shop. So if you want to eat this little bugger over here, eat this point, and they'll kill it for you right now. Same happens with pigeons, chickens, ducks, sometimes cows. If you're in the right place at the right time. Poor little guy. wanted to introduce you to your local meat shop, so let's have a butcher's. Here we go. 你好. Said axe for chopping up stuff. And there he is, carving away. Some liver over there. All good. Don't really keep meat in the fridge, just kind of hang it around. It's just hanging around, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all very hygienic. Oh, and look, if we turn around, whoop, here are your sheeps. And you didn't believe me about the fish, right? Well, there you go. Sheep to shack, right there. It's ridiculous. Do this point. And oh, this guy wants to take a picture of me. Hey, ni hao. Oh, it's a video. You're video calling your friend. Hey, ni hao, ni hao. Sorry. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, people do it all the time. Local celebrity around here. See? Now this is what I usually refer to as a hole in the wall because, well, it's a hole in the wall. In these places they basically vend noodles or other such things in exchange for money. So here you go. So when you come into a place like this, you'll be affronted with something like this. This is the menu. So let's try and decipher some of the things on here. So this is Hong Shao, which means stir-fried with soy sauce. So this is Hong Shao Nyoi Ro, which means beef, meat, something something noodles. Okay, so there you go. Hong Shao something bone, something something noodles. Stir-fried something something soup, something something noodles. Stir-fried beef noodles. Pretty simple, right? If you can read Chinese. I call these places hole in the walls because they're pretty much no bigger than an ATM, and they kind of like it in that it's a simple transaction of calories in no specific form in exchange for money. So looking at our menu up here, it's in these kind of places where when I first arrived I invented a game I like to call Chinese menu bingo, which is when you can't read Chinese and you just point to things on the menu and hope that you don't get intestines. So let's have a go at that over here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the so, 这个
大肉白菜，
这个大肉白菜，
对，
大肉白菜，可以这个少，
多少个？
少 just maybe 6个，
一种需要最少15个。
可以 yeah just
你给我拿
6个的大肉白菜
15个。
no 6个
，6不行，要这样，这是15个，一次就要15个，太少了它不好煮。
这15个是大我饱了。
15个就把你吃饱了。6个不行，15个。
你15个 ，OK， 可以15个。So now if we translate what I just ordered, we get something like this. Write this in my most horrible Chinese. Bing, 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 bing. And we get thigh. So let's go with that then. 大肉白菜. So what we're actually going to get is pork and Chinese cabbage. So what I've actually gotten this time is some jiaozi, which are little dumplings. And what's inside of them? As potluck would have it, we've got little pork and cabbage. Oh my, this guy was unfortunate. Yeah, that is literally an ox's head just jamming on the street. Hello, little buddy. How you doing there, little buddy? How you doing? Oh, look, there's his feet as well. Oh, Chinese food is so gross. Oh. Yeah, we sell our vegetables off the floor. That's just fine. It's all good. fresh. See, after all this eating, it's important to get some exercise. Because, you know, otherwise I get fat. So, here I am, just walking down the street. It's a lovely day. Now, this little baby here is what they call a 1,000-year-old egg, because something's like 1,000 years old. What they do is they literally bury it in the ground for about 3 to 5 years, and then they go and dig it up, and then they eat it. Now, I'm ashamed to admit this, but I have actually eaten one, and this is what they look like on the inside. And yes, they are fucking gross. Okay, this is another great Chinese snack, which, funny enough, they do exactly the same thing in Uganda, and it is an egg roll. Except in Uganda they call it a Rolex. But here I suppose they just call it an egg roll. So, I don't know, 我想要这个 Yeah, 这个啊，不要辣椒。不要辣椒，谢谢。Always important to ask for no chili, because there's chili in everything. Even in the chili.
哎，咱们门灯咋没打？
So here's my tasty egg roll up. Wow. It's kind of like a pancake within a pancake with stuff in it. So, there you go. Yummy. Let's take a bite. Pretty good. There's definitely stuff in it. I can't really tell you what. Even though, sorry, I made myself. Whoa, okay. So it's about 9 o'clock. I'm about to go for dinner. I'm still so full from that Rolex. Really not hungry. But just for you guys, I'm going to show you what actually eating out at a Chinese restaurant is like. Not that I do it very often, of course. So here we go. Dinner time! So this is the guy that's going to whip it up for me. And, 我想要这个两个 yeah, 谢谢 And he's even going to be so nice as to bring it to me in this restaurant. So I'm actually going to go have dinner. So I'll see you in a bit. And let's enter the restaurant. So it's actually way more useful when you get one of these, especially if the one of these has pictures. Wow, look at that. So let's see what we've got down here. Oh look, chicken feet. What is this? Some kind of intestines. Mushroom. Okay, so this is what I ordered in the end. We've got some lovely fungus here, with some green on the bottom. Chinese actually do really good fungus. It's not really gross. See? And we've also got our lamb kebabs from the outside. So what they like to do sometimes in China is serve you something on a tin plate wrapped in a plastic bag, which means that they don't actually have to wash it up afterwards. What this ingenious guy has actually done as well is made a kebab skewer with a stick. So there you go. Good tool for self-defense as well. So, bon appetit. It's actually, despite Chinese food being disgusting, you can actually get one or two nice things. And you can eat relatively healthy. Yeah, just meat, veg, and some soup that I didn't ask for. Hey, it's free, so here we go. Now, my friends, it's dinner.
我也才有这样的习俗。不，这不叫国啊，是要大。
I'm so full. Just throw up in my mouth a little bit. It's okay. It's all good. You guys. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was enough food to feed me for precisely one day. although you could probably notice that I had several breakfasts, lunches, and a couple of dinners there. So all in all, my experience in China was, let's just say, a roller coaster in terms of the gastronomical scene. However, there are some very tasty morsels to be had if you know what you're looking for, and if you've already run the gauntlet of tasting everything on Chinese Menu Bingo. But I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you're considering going to China, I hope that you have learned something from all of my vast many failures and can find your own way through the culinary scene and really enjoy what the great country has to offer. So good luck, happy hunting, and I'll see you on the other side.